Salisbury Center, we are ready for our next fight. Making his way to the ring and fighting out of the red corner, it's Octavian Martin.
Hello, friends, and welcome back to TCB 40 for our last bout before we move on to our title fights. We've talked a lot about experience up until this point, Liam, but how does a 14-7 record sound for Octavian Martin fighting out of the House of Muay Thai? This man stands at 6'2", and he has been putting on shows time and time again here in TCB.
Absolutely. This is now where you're getting to somebody where this is routine. This is over 20 fights deep. This is I've been these lights are familiar to me. I'm a seasoned competitor. He has weights. He has all these experiences to fall back on and to pull from in order to get ahead. He has all these adjustments that only competition can teach you that he has in his bag. Now, at 14-7, he's going to look to use his 6'2" height and reach to his benefit going against Vince Romano out of my Muay Thai. But yes, this is a Class A bout, everybody, so we are back to kicks in the head being A-okay. It's still 3 by 2-minute rounds, though, so we're going to see who can sprint the best.
Octavian Martin has conditioned himself, built himself up. We'll be ready for a title shot soon, I'm sure, as long as he can get over this next obstacle. He, alongside the rest of his team, going to bless the ring. That respect coming through once again from one of these specialist gyms focusing upon Muay Thai. He's going to head over to the red corner as Chris Fuller will call upon his opponent.
And his opponent, making his way to the ring and fighting out of the blue corner, it's Vince Romano.
Vince Romano is fighting out of my Muay Thai, who's already racked up a victory tonight, Liam. And he is looking to break the double-digit barrier here with the victory versus Octavian Martin. Currently, Vince Romano stands at 9-5, and actually stands at 5'9".
Wow. Now, this is the challenge. He's 5'9", sorry, challenging someone 6'2". We already saw in the last bout how if you just can't navigate that mid-range, like if somebody sets up a moat and you can't cross it, they put alligators down in there, it's a challenging bout. But it also means that that person has a lot more soft tissue spread out throughout their body. Chopping away at the legs against these longer guys, the legs just bruise quicker. There's not as much area there for the blood to go and separate, so you can dig through to the bone a lot quicker. And again, Class A, no shin guards. We're gonna see who can come out first. Can he chop the tree, or will the longer fighter and keep him at range and land damage from it?
Yeah, you have to have a lot of confidence, a lot of faith in your abilities and in those shins in order to make it here to Class A fighting. And certainly with a 9-5 record, Vince Romano is no slouch in terms of his experience. So he's ready to make a showing here versus Octavian Martin. As Angel Ortiz confers with the blue corner, we will start this fight off in just a second, right after Chris Fuller makes it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds in the TCB 140-pound division. It is brought to you by our friends at Ace Party Rental. They've got you covered. Check them out at acepartycentral.com. And now, starting out, fighting out of the red corner, standing 6'2" and weighing in at 140 pounds, fighting out of the House of Muay Thai, he brings an impressive 14-win and 7-loss record to the ring. It's Octavian Martin. And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, standing 5'9" and weighing in at 140 pounds, fighting out of my Muay Thai, he brings an also impressive record of 9 wins and only 5 defeats. It's Vince Romano. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 3 2-minute rounds in the TCB 140-pound division. It is brought to you by Ace Party Rental, and your referee is Angel Ortiz.
I give a lot of credit to Derek, our new matchmaker here at TCB, really bringing in a lot of high experience talent. Derek is a seasoned international competitor with a lot of roots, bringing in these high experience matchups.
certainly the case. We also got a high-experienced referee watching over this fight. Let's see whether or not that big debate we planted at the beginning is going to come to fruition here. That ability to just kind of target these long legs of Octavian Martin versus the reach advantage that the 6'2" giant has from the House of Muay Thai.
Absolutely. And one thing to just notice from everybody at home, these guys are now starting to look like Muay Thai fighters. Like their bodies over years, over camps, over sweat, tears, and effort are starting to be adapted. Like these rounded backs, these thick lats, these guys whose just posture is built for the sport. Oh, right there going under the elbow, starting to get a turn. Angel's going to separate this pretty quickly now.
Yeah, that was kind of an extended clinch scenario here with scoring opportunities for both men here. For the most part, Vince has been up against the corner and will still have us back to the ropes here as Octavian Martin continues to advance forward.
Ooh.
Fast shots, Vince Romano just barely whiffing on that big roundhouse kick right there, kind of going right back to that reach question.
No, hey, Octavian Martin also standing majoritively in southpaw here, a naturally longer style of fighting against orthodox and open stance. Using his left side weapons beautifully, really being able to be a tactical sniper with it, clinching now.
Been seeing quite a few of these clinches here. Octavian able to back off of this.
Pulls again.
You talked about this tall guy style, right? Being able to do that lean back right here. And Octavian Martin on top of that is also keeping that high guard. Gets a big sweep! Vince Romano over in this is going to be stood right back up.
Hey, and credit, like that lean back didn't work out. The foot connected on the glove, but he quickly caught it, passed it off, chopped through.
Vince Romano may need a different angle. Once again, trailing kick. Not enough to make reach, and now Octavian Martin has knocked down Vince Romano towards the corner.
And Angel will acknowledge that was more so a sweep off balancing than a true knockdown, but oh Lord, Martin is just building.
Yeah, and that reach is still a question that I don't think Vince Romano has satisfactorily answered here in this first round. Those two punctuating points, the sweep, the fall into the ropes, could be enough to easily put that one away from the red corner.
Credit Vince Romano coming back, not getting diminished. After a first round that we got to give it going to the red corner. Octavian Martin standing up in the corner again. You'll see this with some of the fighters. The House of Muay Thai staff over there just getting their guy's face, exclaiming that it's time to go get some pain, time to go hurt, asking him to check more, asking him to throw those knees more. I really think he actually could. He set it such a great range that Vince has to crash through, and we're going to probably have to see Vince pushing at more distance, closing going into the second fight. But if that House of Muay Thai can expect it, expect the blitzes, expect the forward momentum, and it's like, hey, run him into the bows, run him into the knees. There's a lot of success to be had there.
Now, I'm not much of a fighter myself, but I do play a lot of fighting games, Liam. And one of the big concepts there is the idea of footsies, baiting somebody to use a move that you think is going to connect when it really doesn't by backstepping. That is something that Octavian Martin's been doing time and time again. Vince Romano, like you said, needs to crash in. But whenever he gets close, he thinks, hey, I could go for this big explosive kick, end it here and now. But every single time that's happened, Octavian has had the response necessary to just swing back, reset, and find a new angle.
Oh, he's pushing forward. He wants to trap his guy now.
Ooh, leg almost straight through in between Octavian Martin's. Could have led to some kind of lock or a trip scenario here. Vince couldn't find it, though, as now we are going to see a trade off of the shins. Vince going to get one hit right by his temple there. Has to try to stabilize. Octavian grabbing the sweeping kick once again. Trading back and forth. Octavian leaning back up against the ropes. He's going to try and advance off of that corner pressure. Doing a great job playing with his space once again. It feels like Vince is exhausting himself trying to throw out those kicks.
But I mean, they're the right weapon, though. You know, he has to keep the hand home. Right now, those kicks are doing twofold. They're damaging, and they're also keeping that left power missile from Martin at bay because they have to stay home to protect King, protect head. Right now, though, I honestly like that effort from Vince, and when he feels the pull, he can just go right into a spin. He could risk it.
Clinch scenario once again. Octavian Martin trying to push
low
Vince
blow
back towards the corner.
They're going to just have to keep fighting, though.
Yep. Knees traded back and forth here. Octavian once again with a spacing front kick. Vince Romano tries to get one right back, but there's a tall man lean coming through yet again. But now he's got Octavian up against the ropes. Range don't matter in this scenario. Once again, clinch is going to be engaged. Octavian, though, with good leverage off that height, though, is going to push him into the ropes.
All those lean backs, there's like a lost moment there, where either Martin could try to come forward with a quick hook, spring forward, get Vince when Vince plants that foot down, is kind of off kilter. Or Vince could keep the momentum going and go spinning elbow on him, spinning back fist on him, depending on where the range is. Like right there, what if he kept the momentum going forward? It's risky, but there's a moment in there where both guys can land one more strike. Great job here trying to check elbow, always meeting each other, fighting for the inside position on those clinches.
And as the bell rings, what I will say out of that second round, Liam, is that I feel like Vince Romano has found an angle. He hasn't fully capitalized, but right now, things are looking a little bit more messy for Octavian Martin. He isn't playing that clean and clear game plan to the same degree because Vince is able to now start driving the taller man into the corner, and that range reduction is beginning to benefit the blue side.
Absolutely, but hey, Martin is just meeting him.
Yep.
Martin's saying, hey, you want to fight tight? I can do it too. Octavian, honestly, probably some of the better clinch fighting we've seen here in terms of just owning the inside position, getting turns and meeting elbows and knees, finding his tools where he needs them to be. But again, I gotta say, all these leanbacks, all these whiffs that are these big whiffs he's forcing Vince to have, there's something where both guys could make a big moment off of it.
Yep. And we're gonna see with the instruction that both of these sides are getting, if they're going to be informed of that thing that you're pointing out here, Liam, where there is a lot of space with which more can be done, where offense can be established for either side. And I think that as Vince is feeling the pressure of the zoning game plan that Octavian is still enacting throughout a lot of these rounds, he may be the one to actually start building up that combo, go for that back fist after the kick comes out, things like that.
Angel checking the elbow pads of both gentlemen. Expect Vince to slip, maybe. He has very wet feet.
Yeah. That is something I've noticed out of mine, out of all of the groups. They're the ones who dumps quite a bit of water on their fighters, and I think that also sometimes translates to when they get hit, a lot coming off of them, which could impact how the judges view the shots. Vince trying to call Octavian Martin in. Octavian continuing to play very patiently.
Hook, long overhand. Checks the kick.
Another one through the guard. Vince going to be
Octavian
put up against
just
the
kind
corner.
of frames him off.
And Angel's going to come in here to correct this elbow pad slipping off of Octavian Martin.
This moment is a gift for Vince. Vince gets to recharge.
And he starts with the re-engage. Traditional stance here, still open though between Octavian Martin and Vince Romano. And like you said, the range that is providing Octavian means that a lot of those trailing leg kicks from Vince just are not connecting to the degree they want to. And right there we see a head kick set up. It will be blocked, but still that could rattle you.
Absolutely. Check hook, it's met, it's a right cross.
Up into the ropes, Octavian trying to find a knee opportunity here, but Vince is wrenching the taller man around quite a bit. Now, with big leverage, he will be able to get him over the top rope, and that is going to force the breakup. Back to neutral ground. Vince still fishing for something. We see that big swooping kick come out yet again. Unpunished by Octavian Martin, but still not landing for Vince Romano. Ooh. He has the offense, though, tries to go in.
Vince got met with a hard check hook there. That was very subtle. He landed really well, but he also got met with something. They're now back to fighting forward. Octavian Martin pulling, hitting, taking inside position.
20 seconds left in this final round.
Good knee from both gentlemen. Oh, that last one really speared through.
Up against the ropes, Octavian Martin is beginning to flag a little bit, still able to sidestep, but no follow through. He will go right back into a clinch. Knees traded between both of these fighters. He currently has control over Vince Romano, who is now going to try to spin himself out of the corner, and that is going to be the punctuating end of the fight here. Both sides have to be happy with that performance.
Octavian really kind of just wanted, I'd say, maintaining his lead. I'd say Vince really did start to build and be able to test and level the playing field, but Martin standing strong, always meeting back, really showing how his long levers can actually benefit him on the inside fight too. I'd say he was one of the best taller guys we've seen here today, leverage their inside fighting against a shorter opponent.
Yeah, certainly the case. Now, Octavian Martin has his brand honed over 21, now 22 fights here in Muay Thai, and I want to see that continue to develop here. I hope that he can bring a little bit more offense to the next matchup. We'll doubtlessly see him here at TCB. The same could be said for Vince Romano. He clearly has the ability to make explosive statements, but certainly this was a huge test going up against someone with the height and reach advantage that Octavian Martin had.
Oh, and Angel is just singing along. It's air guitar karaoke singing along for our referee, Angel Reese, leading the crowd.
Yeah, happy that everybody could have a good time. Tons of supporters for both of these fighters peppered throughout the crowd here at the Salisbury Center. As now Chris Fuller will approach the judges and grab the decision papers. Let's see how he makes this fight official.
Oh, Angel, I love you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. Judge 1 scores about 30-27, Judge 2 scores about 29-28, and Judge 3 scores about 30-27, all in favor of your winner by unanimous decision. Out of the red corner, it's Octavian Martin.
Great job, Octavian Martin, advancing to 15-7. We'll be back with the title bouts here at TCB at the Salisbury Center in Manassas, Virginia after these messages.
Out of the red corner,